Oftentimes you will hear your operator in the game say this phrase, "The Grineer used to be builders, but now all they wage is war." So if this statement was actually true, what exactly happened? And how did the Grineer lose their way? Hello everyone, it is DA here, and today we will be taking a close dive into the rich history of the Grineer. Now please know that this video is created using information gathered from the game and also resources created by DE and a speculated idea that is gathered and generated from combining all this information. Now for some of us who have played the game for countless of hours, we've all had the occasional piece of knowledge letting us know about many factions and most especially the Grineer. Unlike the Corpus faction, the Grineer was actually depicted as savage beasts. They were painted to be without redemption, but what actually led the Grineer to this point? During the epic rise of the pinnacle of the Orokin Empire, the Grineer were designated to be builders, and while that was going on, the Corpus stayed as architects of the Empire. They were the muscle of the Empire, they were the muscles for the Orokin. When most wars were fought behind the mask of transference, the Grineer actually became the frontliners in every single battle, a pawn to be disposed, an unvaluable asset. Now, being that the Grineer were a group that is highly reproductive, every battle is expandable for the Orokin, but then the Orokin research took place and came into play. This perhaps was what led to the Grineer and led them into a state of barrenness. They could no longer reproduce, and while this was a huge concern, the Orokin shunned the eye at the main issue because at that moment, the Orokin had actually found their newest tool, the Warframe system. Once the Warframes were perfected, the order was established to wipe out and execute every single Grineer. This is something that we can see a similarity as far as Order 66. Now, a lot of them were killed, but then they found Kuva. This became the very instrument that created ghouls for the Grineer, the very beginning of what is now expanded and revealed to us as the cloning process. Now, due to the losses suffered from the battle against the Orokin, depleted numbers meant that the Grineer had to multiply if they must win the war against their former masters. Now, the rebellion actually arose between the Orokin and the subjects of the Zariman project. These, of course, were the children of Tenno. And with this, the Grineer went into hiding and stayed in hiding, feeding off and rebuilding through the ashes of wastelands and the riches of earth. They burned the lands not because they want to, but because they intend to wipe the Orokin out of the origin system and everything and anything that resemble or has traces of the Orokin. And while we wonder if they ever thought to themselves that their actions are being evil, we have to also remember they have lost most of their humanity, barely a clone and mostly an infestation embodied in machines. Now I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, and if it also sheds light on some things, remember this is not set in stone by DE, but only a collection of my ideas and what I have acquired from the game. I hope you enjoy this, and with all that said, go ahead, hit that like button, also subscribe to the channel for more. As always, it is DA signing out. I will see you guys in the next one.